Okay, I am standing here and we are on Table Rock Road and we are looking at the Charles and Catherine Yeatts house, or Charles Yeatts farm, which sat here along this road in 1863 during the Battle of Gettysburg. Now, Charles Yeatts was born in 1829 in Adams County, Pennsylvania. He was 5'9" in 1863 with a dark complexion, hazel eyes, and dark hair. By the 1860 census, he had real estate in the value of $2,500, which was this home and the farm that sat here and the acreage of property which is now developed. Um, he also had $1,200 in personal property, which included farm equipment. Now, on July 1st, 1863, in the morning of July 1st, 1863, Dole's Georgia Brigade, consisting of the 21st Georgia, the 44th Georgia, the 4th Georgia, and the 12th Georgia, made their way from the north along this road in this direction here, and would later begin the attack at the Blocher farm and the knoll beyond the farm that we call Barlow's Knoll today. Those troops passed by this farm. In fact, the 21st Georgia was heading toward our camera right along the road here, and then right in between the house and the barn was the 44th Georgia. The 12th Georgia was to the far right, looking northbound, and of course the 24th Georgia would be coming up the road where these houses sit today, all headed toward this direction, passing by the Yeatts farm, and then heading down to the David Blocher farm, which is just down the road. And you'll want to go and watch our 7-part video series on the Blocher farm, which I did earlier this year. Now, Charles Yeatts himself would later serve in the American Civil War. He would actually get drafted on February the 28th, 1865, which was near the end of the war, and he would be put into the 91st Pennsylvania Company G under a Captain Eyster. He received clothing, his uniform, which he was charged $38.35 for. Now, this house does have a Civil War plaque on it, though there is no interpretive marker at all that sits here and tells what this farm is or who it belonged to. Now, after the war, Yeatts owned and operated a mercantile dry goods store, so he was a businessman. He owned a mercantile and dry goods store here and operated it in Adams County near Heidlersburg, Pennsylvania. In the 1880 census, he comes up living in Tyrone Township, Adams County, with his wife Catherine, their children Elizabeth, Emmy, Lily, Blackwelder, and Admiral. On July 2nd, 1886, Yeatts unsuccessfully tried to get his military pension. Most likely was denied the military pension because he was a drafted soldier and not an enlisted soldier, and he only served about 2 months. We're heading back here toward the barn now, which you can see here in the distance. And just beyond the barn, all around here, are modern homes. This was once the Yeatts farm and then is now a development here near Pin Oak Drive. On August the 29th, 1890, he died in Mechanicsburg of Bright's disease. And in his obituary it says he was engaged in the mercantile business in Heidlersburg for many years. And then of course, not too long after, just a few weeks later, his wife Catherine on September the 6th, 1890, also tried to get her widow's pension for his military service, and she was also denied as well. So this home that sits here by itself here on Table Rock Road with a Civil War plaque and not much known about it. This is the Charles Yeatts farm, who was a local mercantile, and part of the Battle of Gettysburg swept through this farm on July 1st, 1863, as Dole's Georgia Brigade marched up this road right by the Yeatts farm down toward the Blocher farm. And you can go back and watch our video series on the Blocher farm that was done in 7 parts. This has been the Charles Yeatts Farm on Gettysburg Battlefield Facebook.